Between recolors, new prints, and most excitingly, new molds, LEGO released over 4,000 new elements in 2022. I've managed to narrow down that list to 10 that I thought were the best parts introduced in 2022. Let's take a closer look. For the sake of this list, I decided to go with all new molds, as those are the most exciting. So up first is a really interesting one that only appeared in one set back in March, and that's the inverted 4x8 tile. I have become a lover of tiles as I have continued the LEGO Minecraft series. And this one I found could be especially useful for, well, maybe Minecraft, but all sorts of other things too, for tiling off the undersection of a ceiling perhaps, or the underside of a Star Wars spaceship. But interestingly, this only came in the Hogwarts, the weird chest thing, but it had some of those in dark orange of all colors, which is wonderful. I have to imagine this is a piece we'll see again in light bluish gray for some Star Wars models at some point, but I feel like it could be very useful for a lot of things, so I'm hoping to see it again. Number 9 is another fun one as well. It's kind of a cheater brick of sorts, but it's a cheater brick I'm okay with. It is the 1x4 by 2/3 rounded brick. Basically, it's 4 of these lined up. And also in this place, I should note that there is also a corner variant of this, a 2x2 corner, which is fantastic. It's great for accomplishing a very unusual texture in LEGO, and I think it's one of the better rounded elements that they've added in the past few years. Number 8 is another piece I see a lot of potential in. It's only included in one set for now, and that's Peach's Castle, but it's a 1x2 rounded jumper. It's basically 2 corner tiles together with a stud in the middle. It's a very interesting piece, but I think it'd be great for a lot of small detail work. It's only produced right now in red, but I have to imagine we'll be seeing this pop up in a bunch of other sets next year. Number 7 is really exciting. I'm not a Technic guy by any means, but I still utilize Technic in a lot of my builds. It's just an essential part of building your own creations. It's basically a 5-sided Technic Lift Arm. Now this piece, along with several other new molds, were developed exclusively for the Airbus Rescue Technic helicopter set, which is just an amazing set. If you haven't seen a review of that thing, you should check it out. The engineering in there is absolutely insane. It's unlike anything that LEGO has done before in the Technic line, and that's what warranted making some brand new molds for it. But I think this is the most versatile of the new pieces that came out in that set. We don't see a lot of 5-sided things in LEGO, if like any. So I could even see myself using a piece like this in a lot of architectural builds where I'm trying to get some more rounded shapes. Just the fact that it's so unique, I think, earns it a spot on this list. Number 6 is the inverted 2x2 bow. So you're probably familiar with these pieces. And so what this piece is, it's basically 2 of these together, but with studs on the opposite side. Of course, this again makes detailing the underside of things much easier, and it's another great, really smooth, rounded shape. It would have been awesome to have a 1x2 variant instead of just the 2x2, as I feel like this would be really, really useful for architectural details. There are several instances where I have used these upside down, but hopefully we'll be getting that one day too. Anyway, it's a great start. So number 5 is a piece that has grown on me a lot over the course of the past year, and that is the 1x1 by 2/3 brick, plate, I don't know. I originally swore this thing off as a cheater brick, right? It's just 2 1x1 plates stacked on top of each other. It's LEGO's attempt to save money, right? But no, they've done something very interesting with this brick in that they've added this bar hole on the top. And I was actually able to make use of this very specific piece in one of my Minecraft builds, which made me warm up to it considerably, showing that it does have merit on its own. It's not just 2 1x1 plates stacked on top of each other. It's very useful, and it does save you the time of stacking 2 1x1 plates on top of each other, which can kind of suck, especially if you bought the Sonic set. Number 4, it's the Squirrel. So there were 3 different Squirrel colors released. There's a black Squirrel, a dark bluish gray Squirrel, and of course there's a dark orange Squirrel. All of them are equally delightful and a wonderful addition to the LEGO animal family. Regular viewers of Cheesy Studios will recognize the number 3 spot because that's going to the new chest lid. The first chest lid showed up in the Harry Potter theme, my favorite, as part of the Hogwarts Moment sets. And of course, these found their way into the Minecraft line as well to make a little more game accurate chest. Of course, the new chest does not hold as much stuff as the old chest used to with the domed lid, but it's a really nice new look. This has also been produced in a number of colors already, which is great to see. Dark pearl gray is definitely my favorite. Number 2 is a brick that I've been wanting for a long time. That is the 1x2 brick with a stud in the middle. This thing is incredibly useful. Previously, to accomplish this, you would need to use one of the 1x2 Technic bricks with a pinhole and then place one of the Technic pins with a stud in there. However, it would, of course, rotate. So this fixed stud means you can attach elements without them spinning out of control, which is fantastic. This is going to be incredibly useful for so many things. It's already shown up in a number of sets and it has been incredibly useful. Ironically, our number 1 is very similar. That's the Technic friction pin, which would have solved the issue of making this brick altogether. I'm glad both exist. Both Technic and system lovers have been wanting this forever. The previous Technic pin, which you're most familiar with being in blue or light bluish gray, of course, like I mentioned, can slide around. This guy does not. That means you can attach bricks to it without worrying that they're going to rotate upside down over time. I can think of so many situations where I would have loved to have had this thing. The only problem, of course, is that it is red. Maybe we'll get different colors in the future, probably not. But hey, this is a great start. I know a lot of custom builders are going to be very excited about using this piece as it becomes more common. But anyway, those are my favorite new molds introduced over the past year. Do you have any favorite pieces that you saw in 2022? Do let me know. Thank you as always for watching. This is my last video of the year. It has been a delight. I'm looking forward to seeing you in 2023. So have yourself a fantastic life, and I'll see you soon.